Hello and welcome to this lesson. Now this lesson is to show you how meta tags works. Meta tags, how they work. Now let me go to my file. Let me go to just new file. I just want to open a new file and quickly save it as let me just save it as meta, right? Let me just save it as meta.htm. Okay, by the way, I am using Sublime Text. I forgot to tell you that. This is Sublime Text, by the way. This is Sublime Text. I am using Sublime Text. Now, right here on this line, right, first of all, as I told you, you have to save it in your HTML or HTML or HTML file before you can quickly write your short HTML5 structure. So for instance, if I write HTML element in Sublime Text now and I press my tab, remember, I told you it's going to give you all the HTML5 structure, the basic HTML5 structure. Now, without further ado, let me go right there. Let me go to this part here. Now, on line 4, right? Let me press my enter key. Meta tags. Now, what are meta tags? Now, let me go right here. Let me type in less than. Remember, your less than is shift, comma, right? Now, meta. Now, if I write meta, see if right here is showing me meta tag, right? Click on it. See, the first meta tag, the most popular meta tag is the chassis. This chassis stands for character set. And this character set is using UTF-8. Now, remember, this is the element. This is the attribute name. I always try to repeat myself so you can get it and master it. This is the attribute name. After every attribute name, there must be a question, and there must be an equal sign, and there must be a speech mark. Inside the speech mark is going to be your attribute value. Now, meta character set, that's char set UTF-8. Now, UTF stands for Unicode Transformation Format. Unicode Transformation Format 8. Now, the UTF-8 is the preferred encoding for email and web pages. Is the preferred encoding for email and web pages. So when you go to a website, most websites usually have the meta charset UTF-8. Now let me show you this. This is WHO site. All right. Now I went to there to view page source. Right. That's like right click and then you go to view page source. Now when I went there, look at this. See it right here. Can you see? They have it. Meta charset UTF-8. Okay. Meta charset UTF-8. Remember what I said about the meta charset UTF-8? UTF stands for what? Unique Code Transformation Format. And UTF-8 is the preferred encoding for email and web pages. So email and web pages can read your site better with this charset, with this character set. All right, that's meta. Remember that meta is self-closing. Self-closing is a self-closing tag. Now they are important and you have to insert them inside the edge. So another meta tag, if I click, is going to give me charset again. So another meta tag right now is this. Another popular meta tag is this one. Meta name. Meta name, which is the viewport, is going to allow your site to be responsive. To be able to, so now we're going to code this, right? Okay, so let's go. Meta name, so you can see it right now, attribute. Meta name is giving you what? Attribute. So let me press my enter key. All right, so we're going to type it as viewport. Go outside it, space. Now, the next thing right here, I just want you to always follow this. Next thing right here is what? The content. Okay. All right. Now, the content, let's go to the content. The content is another attribute name. So let me press my enter key. Now, the content is a device, which is going to be the width of the device is going to be device width. The width of the device is going to be device width. Equals device hyphen width. Then your comma. Okay. Then you have your initial scale. Next one is your what? Initial scale, which is equal to 1. It's telling your browser that we want this to assume, whenever we are using this website, assume the device width. make sure that the initial scale is 1. So we have it as initial scale equals 1. So this is how to create your viewport. That's for meta. Now, meta tags are very important. Meta tags defines the metadata about an HTML. Now, metadata so meta simply means metadata. Now, metadata are pieces of information you use to tell search engines and those viewing your site more about your page and the information it contains. So we usually use meta tags for search engines and those viewing your site more about your page and the information it contains. So metadata is used by browsers, obviously, search engines, obviously, and other web services. Now, metadata will impact your site traffic. That's when you see that when you search for something. Now, let's go to this. Let's say, for instance, I went to this place, right, and I'm searching for something. Now, if I search for something, Google tells me about this result, right? Now, Google comes up here. Okay? The first one Google shows you shows that one has a stronger search engine. Do you get it now? It has a stronger search engine ranking. Okay, it has a stronger, the one that comes up more has a stronger search engine ranking. So metadata would impact your site traffic, that's people that comes to your site, your search engine optimization, that's your SEO, and your rankings. That's how soon or how well your site is going to come up or down, below or high. Okay. Now, metadata is machine passable. What does that mean? It means that it is capable of being read by a computer or machine. Now, let's go on. So the first metadata you have is chassis. The second one you have the viewport. Now, there's another metadata that is quite important and that's quite popular. Let me go to CNN site. This is CNN site, right? Now, if I go to their view page source, you have another one here called meta content here, which is IE Edge Chrome 1 HTTP EQ whatever. Now don't let it get you kind of worried or say, oh, what's this? No. What this simply means is that you're telling your computer, you're telling your machine, or you're telling your browser that I want my website to be compatible with Microsoft Edge. That's IE should be equal to Edge and the Chrome should be equal to 1. That's just all you're trying to tell it. That's all. Okay, I'm not going to write on this one. Now, the next one I'm going to write on is, let's go to the one for Salesforce. Look at Salesforce. This is salesforce.com. This is their website. Now, if I go to their page source of Salesforce right now, you'll see a meta here called robots. Meta name robots. Can you see this one? Meta name robots. And the content is saying index or follow. Okay, so we can use this meta. You can tell a robot to follow you or a robot not to follow you. So you can say meta name equals robot, then the content is index, or the content is index, comma, follow, or the content can be index, comma, no follow. No follow means that you do not want any robot to follow your site. Now, this other metadata is very, very important. This one, description. Now, this description is to tell your search engine what you want your site to be described as. For instance, look at it, content, personalize every experience along the customer. Now, this, whenever somebody is looking for your site, the description of your site is this. So meta name, description, then you write in your content. So look at it, I can now put it less than meta, then name, attribute, then I'll write it as description. Okay, did I spell my description correctly? Yeah, I did. Then the content. Now the content can be what you want your site to be known for. Anything you want your site to be known for. Okay, So for instance, right now in Salesforce, this is what they want their site to be. Personalize every experience along the customer journey with the customer 360, blah, blah. Now let's go to Netflix own. So Netflix have that for that. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it does. Description. Look at Netflix description. Look at the Netflix one. Meta name description. This is Netflix description, right? But look at their content for the description. Watch Netflix and TV shows online or stream right to your smart TV, Google console, PC, mobile, tablet, and more. So whenever you put a meta name for description, you can put in a content. That content is what you want your site to be known as. How you want to describe your site. Don't let it be too long. That's for your meta description.